Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walter here. It's been about 2 weeks since my last real estate market update, and quite a bit has changed in that short period of time. So I'm going to give you an update on the real estate market, both on the national level, the state level in California, as well as Sacramento County where I live. And by the way, this channel is all about transparency and integrity, so I hope you appreciate that. Therefore, I'm not going to be speculating on what I feel the real estate market's going to be doing because my crystal ball broke a long time ago. So let's go ahead and dive into the video. According to the Mortgage Bankers Association, or the MBA, they estimate that 8.16% of the mortgages out there are currently in forbearance, and that is a 1% increase over the last 2 weeks. They also estimate that around 4 million people are currently in forbearance. In comparison, only 0.25% of the mortgages out there were in forbearance for the week of March 2nd. So we've had a huge increase in the number of people who have entered into a loan forbearance thanks to the CARES Act. And by the way, if you want to learn more about mortgage loan forbearances, I made a couple videos about that on my YouTube channel, so I'll leave a link in the description below. I basically discuss what to look out for and some major pitfalls associated with this program as part of the CARES Act. On May 13th, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac both announced a payment deferral option for homeowners who have entered into a loan forbearance due to a financial hardship due to COVID-19. This program may allow homeowners to add their missed payments, including escrow advances, to the end of the mortgage term without accruing any additional interest or late fees. This will help borrowers keep their mortgage payment current following their hardship when other options such as reinstatement or a repayment plan are not viable. In other words, you keep your monthly mortgage payment exactly the same. However, those missed payments would be added on to the back end of the loan, and those would be paid off when you refinance, when you sell your house, or when you pay off your mortgage. And as a reminder, and this is very important, if your mortgage is backed by Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae, you are not required to make a one-time lump sum payment for all of your missed payments that you did not make during your loan forbearance period. I go over this in detail about my previous video about loan forbearances. However, an important factor here is that this only applies for Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae loans. Okay, let's talk about a brand new program that was just announced just a few minutes ago at the time of this video. And this is an announcement from the Federal Housing Finance Agency, or the FHFA. And this is a program that would allow homeowners who recently ended a mortgage loan forbearance or are currently in forbearance to refinance or purchase a home. This is absolutely huge news because the biggest question mark with people entering into loan forbearance is it going to affect their ability to buy a house or refinance in the near term? And is it going to affect their credit? So this is really big news. This is really encouraging for the homeowners out there. And I'll save this for a separate video because this is breaking news. In addition, on May 14th, the FHFA announced an extension of the foreclosure and eviction moratorium. And they said that they're going to be extending this until at least June 30th, 2020. And the current moratorium was set to expire on May 17th. That was part of the CARES Act. It's important to note that this foreclosure moratorium extension only applies to those who have mortgages that are backed by Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae and only apply to single-family mortgages only. In mortgage news, according to Freddie Mac, mortgage rates have been steady at near record lows of 3.28% for a 30-year fixed mortgage, which is absolutely crazy. These near record low mortgage rates have really been fueling the fire for home buyers as well as those who are looking to refinance. As I mentioned in my previous real estate market update, some lenders have been tightening their standards for those who want to get a new loan. So for example, Wells Fargo is still not accepting any new applications for HELOCs or home equity line of credits. This is also true for Chase Bank, and it states the following on their website. It says, due to the economic uncertainty created by COVID-19, we're temporarily not accepting applications for new home equity line of credits. This will protect both you and the bank. I search again on Bank of America's website as well as Citibank's website, and they are still accepting new applications for HELOCs right now. But clearly there's some lenders who are worried about extending credit to those who may be affected by COVID-19 and having a financial hardship. And this is completely understandable because just last week, another 3 million people filed for unemployment benefit claims, and now there's over 36 million people who had filed for unemployment benefit claims in the last 2 months. In addition, it's been all over the news that some states are considering state worker furloughs as state revenue has been declining dramatically. And this is no surprise as U.S. retail sales dropped 16% in April, and this is twice as bad as the month before. Unfortunately, this really does make sense because a lot of our non-essential businesses have been closed due to the stay-at-home orders. So clearly there's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. And so how is this affecting our real estate market? I'm going to share some stats with you, and I think some of you may be very surprised by these. And by the way, if you're getting a lot of value out of this video so far, I really appreciate you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. I post videos about personal finance and also how this pandemic is affecting our real estate market. So that's something you're interested in, I invite you to subscribe. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's go ahead and dive back into the video. All right, let me share some real estate market trends, both on a national level as well as a state level in California. At the end of this video, I'm going to share some real estate stats for Sacramento County. On a national level, according to Fannie Mae on May 13th, they stated the following. They said real GDP growth is expected to decrease sharply in the second quarter. However, housing is showing signs of life as mortgage rates push near lows. Fannie Mae also stated the following, and they said that while we expect housing to stage a solid recovery starting later this year, we still predict a 15% decline in existing home sales. And keep in mind, this is not home prices. This is simply the number of houses being sold. In my opinion, this is due to the low amount of inventory that we have in the United States, and I'll discuss that here in just a little bit. Fannie Mae goes on to say that very low interest rates offer some support to the demand side of the housing market, while the supply side recedes via the unwillingness of homeowners to offer properties for sale under the current public health conditions. In the near term, this implies support for home prices. Obviously, low interest rates is providing fuel to the fire for home buyers as well as those who are looking to do a refinance. In addition, the low inventory is creating a support for home prices right now. And this is completely different compared to 07, 08, when we had about 10 times more houses for sale then than we do now. For example, take a look at this graph which shows housing inventory in the United States since January 2005. So housing inventory was twice as much as it was in 2008 compared to now. However, this data is only through March 1st of this year, so I imagine that current data would show inventory even less than what this graph shows. And by the way, if you're interested in learning how our real estate market today compares to 2007 and 2008, I made a separate video about that. I'll leave a link in the description below for you. All right, let's talk about what we're seeing in our current real estate market across the beautiful state of California where I live. According to the California Association of Realtors, or CAR, on May 18th, they stated the following. They said that existing single-family homes totaled 277,440 in April, and that is down 25.6% from March and down 30.1% from April 2019. And by the way, that was the largest month-to-month drop since they started tracking data in 1979. This 25% drop in the number of home sales in April is absolutely astonishing, but it really does make sense because April sales are from activity from March, and March is when we had the stay-at-home order in California. And as a real estate agent, you're not allowed to show houses, not doing open houses, and we were not allowed to meet any clients face-to-face in March. So it really makes sense that April sales really declined drastically. Obviously, the key question here is, will this be a long-term trend? Time will tell. The California Association of Realtors also stated the following, and they said that April's statewide median home price was down 1% from March and up 0.6% from April 2019. However, we are not seeing huge price fluctuations statewide, but stay tuned to this channel. I'll keep you updated as more data becomes available. All right, let me share some real estate market stats for the greater Sacramento area, and I'm going to be sharing some graphics, compliments of Ryan Lundquist of SacramentoAppraisalBlog.com. He also has a great YouTube channel, so I invite you to subscribe to his channel as well. Listings placed on hold in the greater Sacramento area really shot up right around the time that Governor Newsom issued his stay-at-home orders on March 19th. And in fact, there have been 812 holds since March 12th. And that's about 72 more than my last real estate market update about 2 weeks ago. As you can see on this graph, holds have been decreasing since mid-April. And it's my guess this is a product of people getting used to this pandemic, as well as the ease of the restrictions of realtors being able to show houses. Home sellers are probably also hearing about the strong sellers market that we have right now, meaning we have far more buyers than we do home sellers. So the ultimate question here is, will these listings that are on hold status, will they eventually come to market? Time will tell. Let's talk about cancel listings in the greater Sacramento area. And cancel listings basically means that a homeowner took their house off the market, so it's no longer for sale. So when we're looking at cancel listings, they really peaked right around the time we had the stay-at-home orders in mid to late March, but they have dropped significantly ever since then. And now more or less they have stabilized. In total, there have been 847 cancel listings in the Sacramento region since March 12th. And that's about 119 more than my previous market update 2 weeks ago. I would imagine that these cancel listings would be the factor of one of two things. One being maybe the home sellers simply decided not to move. Another factor could be that the home sellers priced their house too high. And in today's market, you're going to get absolutely clobbered if you overprice your house. Before we have a look at the number of home sales as well as home prices in the Sacramento region, let's take a look at pending sales. And pending sales simply means that a home seller accepted an offer from a home buyer. As you can see on this graph, pendings peaked just before the stay-at-home order was placed in California. Then they plummeted. However, you can see that pendings have increased almost every single week since the beginning of April, almost to pre-pandemic levels. So will this continue into June or July? We will see. By the way, home sellers right now are getting multiple offers in the greater Sacramento area about 52% of the time. As you can see, it's a more competitive market now than it was in 2018 or 2019. And this is likely the result of low inventory and low interest rates. I have two more graphics to share with you because you're probably wondering, how has the number of sales or sales volume changed over the last month, as well as home prices? Let's have a look at sales volume in the Sacramento region. Here's sales volume from April 2019 to April 2020. Again, sales volume is the number of houses sold. As you can see in red on the right, the sales volume decreased almost 32% compared to a year ago for all sales. This makes sense that we have a drop in home sales in April because April sales are really the result of activity in March. And what happened in March? We had the stay-at-home order in place. Agents weren't allowed to show houses to their clients. So obviously the pendings decreased in March, which caused a decrease in the number of sales in April because we have approximately about a 30-day close from when you get your offer accepted to when you close escrow. I have one more graphic to share with you, and that is regarding home prices in the Sacramento region, because I know a lot of you are wondering how this pandemic is affecting home prices. So let me go ahead and dive in. This graphic shows the change to weekly median home prices for 2020, 2019, and 2018. You can see that home prices were quite a bit more this year compared to the last 2 years. However, home prices have been up, down, ever since the end of April. In my opinion, it's really too early to tell how this pandemic is going to be affecting our real estate prices, but stay tuned to this channel. I'll be posting new updates as they become available, but it's really going to be interesting to see what home prices do in the next few months, because what I'm seeing is that the real estate market is actually very competitive right now. I've had 2 buyers who got in contract over the past 2 weeks, and on both occasions, the seller received multiple offers. In fact, they received 3 offers on both occasions. Before that, just a couple weeks ago, a home seller received 12 offers on a property my client was interested in. So that's what we're seeing in our current real estate market in the greater Sacramento area right now. Please subscribe and also hit the like button if you like this video. I greatly appreciate the support. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Sacramento Realtor. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.